Crimean Tatars or Karimli. Who are they? What are they known for? What have they given to the world? And how did they change history? Watch the new video blog, Moments of History, Personalities, to find out. This year, May 15th marks the 130th anniversary of the birth of Bekir Czoban-zade, a famous Crimean Tatar scholar of Ukraine, a world-renowned philologist and Orientalist, professor, and at the same time a classic of national literature. He was a unique person who, with endurance, intelligence and perseverance, paved the way for himself to enter the scientific world. Bekir Çoban-zade was born into a poor family of a simple shepherd on May 15, 1893. But his parents dreamed of giving their son an education. First, he attended a mekteb, then a rushdie, or higher elementary school, and then, with the financial support of a Muslim charitable society, he went to Istanbul in 1908 to continue his studies. Here he was born as a poet and actually took the pseudonym Çoban-zade, the son of a shepherd. With the outbreak of World War I, he was forced to return to his native Karasubazar, but was advised to take advantage of Turkey's declared neutrality and return to Istanbul via Odessa to avoid forced mobilization into the Tsarist army. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Çoban-zade completed his education at a lyceum in Istanbul, received his diploma, and left for Budapest, where he entered the University of History and Philology. In May 1918, he successfully completed his studies, and the following year he defended his doctoral dissertation on the Codex Cumanicus. In March 1920, Çoban-zade traveled to Switzerland, where he met with Zafer Seydemет. Unfortunately, we can only guess what they talked about. Seydemет, who saw the potential in the young scientist, handed him a mandate to lead the Milli Firqa party. After this meeting, Dr. Bekir Çoban-zade decided to return to Crimea. From that time on, a new period in life of the scientist Bekir Çoban-zade began. In Simferopol, he got a job as a lecturer at the Faculty of Oriental Studies of Tatar University. Çoban-zade plunged into scientific activity and in March 1922 was elected a professor at the university. His reputation in academic circles was growing rapidly. At the same time, he was invited to give lectures in Baku, where he was very successful among the local scientific elite. In 1924, Çoban-zade temporarily held the position of rector of Tatar University. But after the election of a new rector, he finally decided to move to Azerbaijan. The professor was a highly professional specialist in his field, and he was sought after by various departments in Baku, which considered it an honor to have a famous scientist on their staff. In Europe, he was known as an outstanding Turkologist with encyclopedic knowledge. One by one, his monographs were published in Simferopol, but the authorities had already begun to persecute Çoban-zade. Like many of his colleagues, Çoban-zade lives in anticipation of arrest. Despite this, the professor finds the strength to work. He knows that the secret police is following him. Finally, Professor Bekir Çoban-zade becomes one of the many victims of Stalin's terror. His regalia and great scientific authority did not save him. He was arrested on the night of January 28, 1937. The materials of the Çoban-zade investigation case comprise 3 volumes, more than 1,000 pages. In total, the scientist survived 32 interrogations, some of which lasted for 2 days. Choban-zade was accused of counter-revolutionary activities and participation in national organizations. The trial took place in Baku on October 12, 1937, lasted 20 minutes and ended with a shooting execution. In 1957, Bekir Czoban-zade was rehabilitated. He left behind unique works on Turkology, published about 150 scientific papers. He made a huge contribution to the general linguistics of the Turkic peoples. Today, the works of Choban-zade are perceived as something of a textbook. Bekir Czoban-zade is also an outstanding poet. His work organically merged the wisdom of the East and the dynamism of the West. In this respect, the work of Choban-zade is a unique phenomenon in the cultural history of Crimea. Follow us on all social media pages of the Crimean House, subscribe, and support us with your likes.